Having the opportunity to lead the Steamboat Springs Winter Sports Club is both a huge privilege, but also a huge responsibility.
To be part of something that stretches back so long and that so many people have connections to.
It's a club that's been around for 100 years. It's part of the fabric of the community of Steamboat Springs.
The greatest youth program in the world.
It's a place where kids can feel safe. It's a place where kids can explore. It's a place where kids can learn new skills, be with friends.
It's an incredible club where each discipline comes together and trains and shares their love for snow sports.
One of the best things about the Winter Sports Club is Howelson Hill.
I think Howelson Hill's proximity, history, importance can be so taken for granted.
Anybody driving down Main Street can see Howelson Hill and the activity going on there.
Really, it's like the dream come true, just to come over here, hang out with your friends, and then just go ski 10 minutes later.
If you've been to Howelson on a Thursday night, you kind of can get the feel of the Winter Sports Club. There's like a million kids running around, the lights are bright, and the pommel line's like 2 miles long.
Certainly just Howelson Hill and as the backdrop to downtown reminds everyone of our heritage in skiing and snow sports.
That hill is our town. Now that's Ski Town, USA.
The new Alpine Training and Competition facility up at the Steamboat ski area is all about setting the stage for the next 100 years at the Winter Sports Club.
It's wide, it's got great variety of terrain. That venue is absolutely vital. And so we really need that venue for giant slalom training and for any speed training that we do.
It's state of the art. The learning environment is supreme.
It really puts Steamboat back on the forefront in alpine skiing.
These days there's a lot of talk about specialization or being a multi-sport athlete, and we believe at the Winter Sports Club that you ought to do a lot of sports.
It's training for skiing when it's summertime, and there's so many great activities in Steamboat.
All the skateboard programming at the skate park, and you've got water ramping out at Bald Eagle Lake, and you've got this big cycling program, both mountain bike and road bike.
It's nice to stay healthy throughout the summer so that you're just even more stronger when the winter comes.
They're already physically fit, they're ready to make big gains in skiing because we've stayed active all summer long.
It's all about cultivating the complete athlete, the whole athlete, and that doesn't happen only in the wintertime.
There are kids in our community who need the Winter Sports Club, not because of what we do ski-wise. They need it because it's a good place to be with good adults around them who are influencing them. And to do that and to know that you're involved in that is very rewarding.
I think the kids that grow up in Steamboat are some of the luckiest kids in the world.
The first time I started doing stuff over at Howelson and with the Winter Sports Club was when I was about 3 years old.
Skiing in the club, I feel like a large part of skiing in general is just having fun with your friends.
I love that, just messing around with friends.
I mean, especially you're sitting in class, you can see the snow falling down. You're like, oh, I just can't wait to get out there and go skiing.
All these experiences blending into one and all becoming one great, large, amazing opportunity has just really been one of the peak parts, and I think will remain one of the prominent examples of the best times of my life.
It's difficult to say how lucky I am to have Howelson in my life because I've just always had it.
Most kids worldwide love to be outside and they love to be active, and we're just fortunate to live in an amazing spot.
There's nothing like it. You know, when you're at the top of Howelson on a snowy night and you look down at all of those groups of kids jumping, cross-country skiing, running gates in the face, skiing bumps, telemark, the whole picture and you look down on that and the snow's falling, and in the background you see downtown Steamboat, it's moving. It absolutely affects you.
It's probably the best foundation you could imagine for a young individual to go out and take on the world. I really believe that.
It's remarkable. It's one of the coolest places on earth. The values of the Winter Sports Club are very important to us as staff and very important to the kids and families. We're not just raising skiers, we're raising good people. And to be good people, you need to be truthful and honest and hardworking and good teammates and be dedicated to what you believe in and passionate about what you believe in. And our staff, as well as our kids and families, embrace all of those values. Those values are good for Steamboat.
I love the coaches at the Winter Sports Club.
It's really fun. My coaches are awesome and encouraging. The coaches at the Winter Sports Club are amazing.
You can talk to them about like anything you really need to.
So I talked to my coach once about how if anyone tells you that you ski like a girl, just tell them that if you tried a little harder, you would too.
It's important to us that our coaches lead by example in the way they act, the values that they have, the character that they represent.
The most rewarding aspect of this job for me is absolutely watching a team come together and have success and push each other. And in success, I don't necessarily mean extrinsic success, but the intrinsic rewards of learning what one can do with his or her potential.
They can tell if you're having a rough day or if you're really excited and you really want to learn today.
And a great coach that can do that and push just the right amount, and that athlete can experience some success that they never thought they could achieve.
Boy, when a kid jumps that big jump for the first time, that is one of my favorite moments of coaching, and the reaction that they have from that.
It is just a feeling that is so cool, and I just love it every time it happens.
Man, if you've gone through that process, what else can't you accomplish in life? These kids are going to go out there and just knock it out.
The vision of the club is to create champions on and off the mountain.
That means that we're not just about producing Olympians or U.S. ski team members.
School has always been a priority among Steamboat Springs Winter Sports Club. Every summit trip, every trip that we go on, we have dedicated study hours in order to keep up with our studies.
Every kid that participates in the Steamboat Springs Winter Sports Club, when they're done, they can look back at that experience and it was a positive one. They had a great time, they make some lifelong friendships, and they have some lifelong mentors in the coaching staff that they can continue to call for support.
They've learned about character, courage, commitment. They've been challenged, they've been pushed. They've fallen on their face, they've gotten back up.
I think that kids who are in the club have learned that anything they put their heart and mind to, they can do, whether in a snow sport or in college or everyday life. They have a dream, they can get to it, they can reach it.
Steamboat's such a unique place because there's the Olympic heritage, but there's a whole community that supports everything that the Winter Sports Club is about.
The thing that makes the Winter Sports Club such a community organization has been the generosity of others.
There is no way to quantify the value of what we do in this community.
People are touched by what happens there because it feels good.
If I didn't have the club in my life, my grades would be completely different and my health would be completely different.
Really, we are about giving kids a good start in life.
I didn't know that I could be that passionate about something before joining the Winter Sports Club.
But our community needs what the Winter Sports Club offers.
This community is a better place because of the Steamboat Springs Winter Sports Club, and it needs to stay that way.